And you know, when you're born, you have the whole thing, and as you grow up, you decide, I am this and I am not that. And all the I am this becomes your ego, and all the I am not becomes your shadow. Your shadow is still you, but it gets projected on the screen of your experience, onto people and events. And if you feel any kind of resistance to anybody or repulsion, that's a quality of your shadow you need to reclaim. If you feel any envy or you want to be like something or want to get something, that's a part of you that you already have that you've said, I'm not. And so that's an opportunity to reclaim it.
The flip side of victimization is empowerment.
Yes, become a victor, not a victim.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And speaking of the entertainment industry, I think that you know, it's such a blessing. Your book really helps us come from this low level, you know, the ego and the competition and the fear, and raises the vibration to the place of giving, receiving love, finding purpose and meaning, so that it's not just, hey, I'm in the entertainment industry, I want to be on TV. Well, how deep is that? But it's like, you know, something that you start out and you realize how deep, you know, that you can exist in this realm. And you know, you talk so much in the beginning in the book about how if we could wake up and realize that we can be actual shaman and medicine men and healers. I'm not just a television producer, I'm a healer. I can help people heal, I can help people awaken to the truth. I think that's beautiful in your book.
Well, absolutely, and it's not my idea. It's what it has always been. You know, when it started off around the tribal fires, and shamans and high priests and priestesses were using story to explain and help the tribe to understand cosmic ideas and initiations, or great religious figures use parables or myths. All of these myths, parables, tribal fire stories, all of this was the beginning of the origin of story. And you know, and there was a lot of entertainment. There was dancing and drums and masks, and smoke and fire went a long way back then. And what's happened is we've just flipped it. You know, as we learned and created the channels to mass distribute this idea, which is a beautiful thing because it becomes this global tribal fire and this virtual tribal fire, we've just, I think, sort of forgotten, some of us, and overall what its real intention and purpose first was. And that doesn't mean it's some heavy-handed, pious thing. It can be fun. You can have a reality show, you can have a sitcom, you can have a horror movie, because there is an underlying archetypal idea behind horror that is transformative. It can be action-adventure, because it's the quality of adventure which lifts you out of the mundane. Comedy, obviously, laughter, levity is the sign of enlightenment. So I don't want anybody to get the idea that being an enlightened entertainer or being conscious or spiritual is some pious, heavy-handed thing. It's not that at all. It can be all the genres, all of your uniqueness, but it's when the conscious intention is to add value, to uplift, to awaken, to reveal a greater possibility, then that shines through that unique medium.
And we can help people heal because it's through story and understanding that we understand ourselves, and we can forgive ourselves, we can understand our place, and you reach a place of wholeness there, and there's no pill or medicine that can do that for you.
Absolutely.
It's something that happens in our soul and in our psyche.
That's right.
And that's the way that we can be true healers, is by showing people, kind of like being mirrors and reflecting back our lives, you know, reflecting back, even if you're watching a silly reality program and you know, people can say, you know, I'm watching this, but maybe, you know that we may be throwing tomatoes and eggs at those people, but you know, if we realize that that's a part of myself that I've disowned, you know, and I can bring that back into the dance of me and reincorporate it so that I'm whole again.
Yes.
You know.
Exactly.
Wholeness.
Well, Shakespeare said in Hamlet, it's about holding up a mirror to humanity, to society, so that we get to see ourselves. And like you said, story and movies particularly, because that's such a complete experience. You know, there's such a visceral, powerful experience, can literally provide what I call virtual living, where literally you experience the emotional, cathartic, psycho-spiritual experience of that story, and the ego doesn't know the difference between virtual life and real life. So if you really go through an experience emotionally and viscerally by experiencing a movie or a song, you're going through that experience to some extent and can be changed and never have to go through that tragedy or that drama. You can actually be changed by it. And that's powerful.
It is powerful. And I think your book is so powerful. Again, it's called There's No Business Like Soul Business, by Rydall. And I just want to say that your book has so inspired me that I find myself carrying your message into the work that I do. For example, the TV Guide channel recently put out a call. They're looking for America's Next Producers. Send in your audition tape. So I made this, little audition tape, and I'm talking about, they want to know, well, tell us about your life, who you are, what do you do for hobbies, and then tell us, what does a television producer do? And I was so glad that I just got through reading your book, because my answers were much deeper than, saying, well, a television producer makes phone calls, he gets the money together, he puts, but I had a lot deeper of an answer to give. And I think that's the beauty of us doing this and getting the message out, is that the more we touch people, the more they'll touch people, and it's like a ripple effect. So let's take a look at this video that I turned in. So take a look at the video. Well, hello there. Oh, and hey, Mr. Kindles, it's Kindles. Hey, my name is Tamara Henry, and I live here in Venice Beach, on the beach, in the hip and artistic creative town of Venice Beach. And I just got home from a long day at work, and I know that I don't look like a television producer, but I just got off work where I was working in front of the camera. So if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go change into something just a little bit more comfortable. Okay, whew, it's a little bit better. I feel a little bit more comfortable now. This is more like what the producer would wear, right? So what I'm going to do now, a good way to unwind for me after a hard day, is to go for a little rollerblade, a little 9-mile turnaround down the bike path, unwind a little bit, and then in just a moment we're going to talk a little bit more about what I think a television producer really does, not just in their job, editing and making phone calls and making it happen, but also to be a visionary and an innovator and to breathe life back into the entertainment industry. You ready? Okay, it occurred to me as I was skating all the way there and back that I'm actually producing this video right now, so this is kind of like an audition tape, and I put this whole thing together in my head on the way home from the news, and so we're shooting it now between the time that I get home from work till the time the sun goes down, because that's of course one of the limitations that a producer has to deal with is good lighting. And what's next? So this is Kindles. His full name is Sir Kindles Fire, and he is my roommate here on the beach, and he's 11 years old, and he is the place where I can get my love and my heart and all my good feelings going. Come here, Kindles. Say hi to the camera. So my name is Tamara, as in lights, Tamara, action. There's a little divinity there, a little synchronicity. And I have 10 years of television experience as a news anchor, reporter, producer, and also now a talk show that I do called It's the Only Way Out. I have my bachelor's degree in broadcast journalism. I have my master's of arts in spiritual psychology, and this September I'm going to go back to get my PhD in spiritual psychology. And the emphasis is going to be in positive television programming, transformational television, media that helps us evolve, not just weapons of mass distraction that leave us feeling empty, but it's the stories and the mythologies and the archetypes that feed us and that help us evolve and grow as a planet, as a nation, as humanity. It's all very much a journey on the soul, and as I am learning on my journey, a journalist, I kind of share my stories in a sacred storyteller way with the people that are watching the television programs that I produce. So as I get to learn and expand on who I am, then everyone else gets to watch the programming and learn and expand upon who we all are together here, because we all are one. That can uplift your soul, broaden your horizons, make you feel, melt your heart, and that makes you grow as a person. And when there's more love on the planet, then you know that we're evolving and raising our vibration to that of peace and love. And so entertainment can very much be a healing type of activity. We can get messages that really move the soul and touch the heart. And that's what I'm here to do as a television producer.